Hi, today we're just going to have a look at the Draeger ventilator. So it's the Avita XL version, and as you can see on the screen at the moment it's currently in standby, so that's okay. We'll leave it there while I just show you some of the external features of the ventilator. So it's quite a sturdy frame. It's got an internal battery inside, but it must be plugged in at all times. It has brakes on the front of the machine that are really important to have locked in, so that if the patient moves or if a staff member accidentally hits the machine, it doesn't roll away. It's got obviously oxygen and air at the back, on-off switches on the back of this ventilator. You can see the settings are down the bottom here, and you can see that it's been set up just by tapping on those. You can adjust the settings, and our standard sort of setting would be in SIMV, volume control, ventilation, and you can see the settings that are on there. It's got the additional settings page just behind that, and you can go to alarm limits on the hard keys here, and you can go through and adjust your alarm limits before you even start getting the ventilator going, if you wanted to get it auto cycling, for example, before a patient arrived in the ICU. So I'll just close that now, and then we're going to take it out of start. The standby button is just on the bottom here, and then we go and click start, click to confirm, and then your ventilator is auto cycling. It's attached to the test lung, which is just below the ventilator here. And you'll just check that the ventilator circuit delivers the correct tidal volumes. If it didn't, it possibly could have a leak in the system. So you need to check and make sure there's no gas escaping throughout the system. There's obviously humidification here for fully ventilated patients, and that would need to be attached to a water bath and turned on when the patient arrives. You can check through your ventilator alarms again here, and just check through the centre. This is what the patient's alarms, or the actual signs that they're making: tidal volume, peak inspiratory pressure, spontaneous breathing frequency. So that's a default of 50, which is way too high, so we tend to turn that down to a more reasonable level at the start, say 10, and it's just got a trim knob, and you click to confirm any changes in the settings. Airway pressure is another vital alarm. You can see the red line at the top. We'll just turn that down to a more appropriate level. That's just a quick overview of how to set up your Avita XL ventilator. Oh, the book at the side. Sorry. There is also, if you can get into it, there is a little tray here that has a book in it. That has all sorts of information about the modes and things. But they're also on the newer ventilator, the Draeger Infinity 500. All that data is built into the CPU.